Good morning, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Helena Nat. I'm the Executive Director with the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce. First of all, happy Hanukkah for those who are celebrating. Happy holidays to everyone. I hope everyone has a joyous season. We are really excited about today's webinar, Certifications for Federal Government Contracts. Man Lee Lin is the Economic Development Specialist for the SBA. The Greater New York Chamber of Commerce is so appreciative of her time and all the expertise that she provides of information for the Greater New York Chamber to allow us to provide these webinars to get the information into the hands of small, medium-sized companies and major corporations. This one, we've had, a vast of webinars, access to capital, how to get government contracts, how to get government grants. This one today overwhelmingly got a huge interest. Over 270 people were interested in this, so we're really excited about this. What we're going to do, there is a chat going on. I will monitor the chat. This is being recorded. It will be on Chamber TV. Manly Lynn is going to go over her presentation, and we'll have about 5 to 10 minutes at the end for Q&A, because she goes through the presentation and probably a lot of your questions she'll be going through at the end. So just hold off on your questions until she finishes the PowerPoint. Everyone will get a copy of the PowerPoint as long as you RSVP to the Chamber online, and it will be on Chamber TV. I am going to have Manly Lynn take it away. Manly Lynn, thank you so much for doing these. You know, this is the last one of 2023. I think we've done probably about, I would say, more than 20 of them over the year. We're really excited about 2024 and the SBA. I'm going to turn it over to you right now.
Thank you, Helena. Greater New York Chamber of Commerce. This is a perfect ending for 2023 webinar. So wish all the attendees will learn today, get contract in 2024, and have a prosperous 2024. So today I'm talking about the certification for the federal government contracts. Also, I would have the information about how to certify with city and state, New York City, New York State information. So a lot of the information, you will receive this PowerPoint because it's a lot to remember. So usually I have 3 webinars on this contact. So the first one will be doing business with the government. That will generally just cover from A to Z if you want to do business with the government. And then the second one will go to details about marketing to the government agency. Because a lot of business contact me. They're already certified for 5 years, several years. They never get any contract. So I asked them, so did you do the marketing? They say, oh, I didn't know I have to do the marketing to the government agency. Yes, you have to. Okay. And this, the third one is today's topic, certification for different levels of government contract. So if you want to, get my invitation, my schedule, please send me an email directly. Do not put it in the chat. I won't be able to get the chat. So I will talk about the federals first, and then city and the state later, okay? So why we encourage everyone to pursue the government contract? U.S. government is the biggest buyers in the whole world. Almost everything, they bought everything, not just goods, including services. Like like SBA, we give a lot of grants for different organizations. So we need CPA to do the auditing, need a lot of marketing companies or, the training company to just plan and execute SBA's plan training. So, no matter your what industry you're in, there are opportunities for you, but you need to spend some time to learn about those opportunities. So every year, federal government spend more than $500 billion. Last year, actually more than $700 billion. There are different ways that how do you get a government contract. The first one is full and open competition. You compete with everybody. The second one is what we focus today, have small businesses set aside. Okay, so for small business, have between $3,500 to $250,000. Actually, all the federal government have to reach the goal. 23% of their purchase have to buy from small business. 12% have to buy from small disadvantaged business. 3% from hub zone business. 3% for service disabled veterans, and 5% for women-owned business. So if you are a minority women, you have 17%. Okay, and then if you locate in a hub zone, then you have 20% set aside for you. So the third one is called sole source. There is another rule in government contracting we call rule of two. Means if I'm the purchasing officer for my office, I need to have at least two business approaching me, then I can choose one. But if you are certified for the 8A or the hub zone, actually you don't have to compete with anybody else. If your price is reasonable and quality is good, the government agency can buy from you directly. Okay, and we will go to the detail. So the first thing you have to make sure you have to be ready, okay, to do business with the government, because that's a long-term journey. And if you get the first one, if you do a good job, actually you will continuous, because agency, they will share this information, okay, that you are a good vendor. So first thing, does the government buy what you sell? I believe not all the government agencies need your product or services. So you have to find out which agency they need your product or services. We will go to that later. Do you have any experience working with government? That's very important, but we will tell you what to do. And also you have to show that you have strong financial, you have cash flow, inventory, working capital to support, to complete the jobs. The third one, are you capable to fulfill a government contract? So you have to make sure when you read the solicitation, you really have to make sure that you can do that work. And the last one, where to find those opportunities? Okay, so this is the answer. Find those contracts. The first one, go to SAM.gov, SAM.gov. All the federal government, if they're purchased more than $25,000, they have post here. The second one is USA spending. USA spending, they have the records of every penny that government spend. So you can find which agency they already bought from whom. Most of the contract is more than 1 year, right? So you can see some of the projects maybe will end in 2-3 years. Then you know that you can do the next one. You can try to get to the next contractor. So these two websites, you can learn about whom got government contracts already. For government right now, they encourage small businesses can team up to get a bigger contract. So you should turn the competition with those businesses in your industry, become your partners for government contracts. And the third one is SAM.gov. Actually, they have a dynamic small business search systems. This is a database that all the federal government agencies, if they're looking for vendors, they will go there. So you can go to the system too. You can go to the DSBS to find those, business and try. I think you can learn and also partner with each other. Also, you should identify we call micro purchase. If government purchase something less than $3,500, they don't have to post anywhere. So like, if I hold an event, I need to buy something for my office. As long as, below $3,500, actually I'm looking for the vendors. But the only requirement is you have to be able to accept credit card. We use the credit card to purchase. So the difficulty is how can you find those opportunities? That's why you should try to contact your local government agency. In New York City, we have more than 100 federal government offices. So you don't have to go to the Washington, D.C. to get government contract. Let them know about you, that you're willing to be to do business with them and keep contact with them. Also, I suggest you to consider to be subcontractor. So become a subcontractor. You can build capacity. Okay, so you've been working with government opportunities before. Also, you can work with a prime contractor. Use different way, teaming agreement or joint venture or mental project programs. And also, when you write your proposed, your capability statement, or you went to an interview, send a proposal, they will ask for your past performance. So you can show them you work with the prime contractor, so you gain the experience, and of course that can expand your opportunities. So the subcontracting is from those prime contractor. If they get any contract more than $750,000 or $1.5 million for construction, they have to sub out. So subnet, okay, go to subnet, the website. Those opportunities, the prime contractor, they are looking for subcontractor. I put a joint ventures and information here. Okay, so this is a lot of details you can learn from my other webinars. So the basic requirement to do business with government, I will go to each of them. Okay, the first one is you get proper registrations and ID numbers. In the past, you have to get DUNS number and then get a number. But now, from 2023, this is new. You were registered. Try to open an account at same.gov, and they will assign you a UEI number, unique entity identifier number. That's a 12-character alphabet numeric values. So you get that number because no matter what documents you submit in the future, you need that number. And you also have to match your product and services to the next code, okay? Next code usually on your tax return, you have the primary next code, but maybe you have multiple next codes that actually you sell multiple product and services. Just make sure you have all of them and correct ones. The second one, you have to meet the small business size standards. Okay, so what's the definition of small business for SBA? If you are a manufacturing business, if you have fewer than 500 employees, you are a small business. If you are not a non-manufacturing business, generally speaking, okay, depends on your annual revenue. So generally speaking is less than $7.5 million, but actually depends on your next code, okay? So each next code, like a construction company, can go up to $34.4 million and still a small business. So please go to the website. They show you all the maximum amount that you can reach, okay? So for each of the next code, so make sure you are a small business. So you can participate in SBA's set aside registration. The third one, okay, we come back. You have to get started. Okay, how do you get started? With SAM. Okay, SAM I mentioned that's you need to open an account, get a number, okay, get your ID number. But SAM is a database. So all the agencies, if they are looking for vendors, you have to be in that database. Otherwise, they cannot buy from you. And also you can certify. So this is what we were talking about today. So in the SAM, that you have to provide your business information. It's like a resume. So make sure all the informations are correct and have to be outstanding too. Okay, so I heard, actually I interview a lot of procurement officers. They say, you know, they are looking for, they go to the database. So make sure that the information you put in are the keywords about your industry and also what you can do, okay? That's what they are looking for. They will enter that to find out. So when you register on SAM, you will get a case number. That's important for the future communication too. Also, at the end of the the SAM.gov, you will create your we call the SBS, Dynamic Small Business Search profile page. That's you know, all the business want to do business with governments have to be there. Number 4, then you have to maintain compliance, okay, because you're working with government, so you have to really comply with all the laws and the regulations. So learn those acquisition, contracting regulation. If you have time, that's the best way to learn and understand. So number 5 is cybersecurity requirement. So now Department of Defense, actually they request, we know, I think all the agencies right now is will request that too. So they need business to have the cybersecurity maturity model certification, but they provide the training. Okay, so you just go to the project spectrum, and they would tell you how to get certified. Yeah. So this is the website. I just this is just put it together, okay? Because in the past, actually, you can just go to certify.sba.gov to certify everything, but now separated. So the first one is for the veterans. You go to the veterans.certify.sba.gov. The second one is for the 8A certification. 8A certification, we will go to the details. That's called official name is socially and economically disadvantaged business. So you go to certify.sba.gov. And also for the women-owned business, you go to the WOSB, okay, .certify.sba.gov. And the last one is HubZone. HubZone, you go to connect.sba.gov. Okay, so now they have different websites to go to. So first, I will talk about 3 certifications for the 8A, for the women-owned business, and HubZone. So the first requirement is all the qualifying individuals, means owners. Okay, the owners of the business have to be U.S. citizens. Yes, for the federal government contract, the owners have to be U.S. citizens. For city and state, actually, you don't need to. If you have a green card, that's good enough. The second one is more than 51% ownership of the business is conditional and direct, means not under any business and other entity. Okay? And control means the owners make the long-term decision making, and manage the day-to-day operation, like a women, like a the minority person, and the owners of the hub zone. So have to make sure you are unconditional and direct. The third one is for-profit. Non-profit organization cannot certify to get government contract, and never being debarred or suspended by any federal entity, and have to locate in U.S., cannot be in a foreign country. So the next code I mentioned before, you may have more than one next code. Next code is very important, okay, especially for small business concern. This is by the census, okay, so they have some codes to show that you are a small business. So this is a required document checklist. A lot of people ask me how long to be certified. It depends, but most of the time, a lot of applicants actually submit first, and then will return to them, say you didn't submit this, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that takes most of the time. So I encourage you, try to get all the documents upload to your laptop. So no matter what they request, you can upload right away. Okay, so even your tax returns, all the information here. So this is if you have different business structure. I have the information here for you. So now the first I want to talk about women's own business certification. Actually, there are two kinds of certification for women-owned business. The first one is women-owned business. The second one is economic disadvantaged women-owned business. So please go to the website here. Make sure your next code actually are on the list, okay? And then you have to be at least 51% owned and controlled by women, and they have to be U.S. citizens. The women have to be the highest of official, okay, position, okay? Because 2 years ago, Congress find out a lot of so-called women-owned business. They just have the ownership, but they never manage the business. So the women actually have to manage the day-to-day operation and make long-term decisions. Otherwise, it's disqualified and will be punished. Okay, so for economic disadvantaged women-owned business, they have the maximum amount limitation. For personal net worth is less than 850,000. For the gross income, the average of the previous 3 years cannot more than 400,000. And the assets, okay, the assets is $6.5 million. It doesn't count your residential property. So this is the website that women-owned business can certify. So also SBA provides third-party certification. You see the 4 organizations here, but actually they charge a fee. They charge a membership fee. So if you certify by yourself, all the certification is free, okay? But if you decide to use the third party, you have to pay them a fee, okay? And actually, when you register in SIM, a lot of business organization will contact you. They will say, oh, I can certify for you. I can get a contract for you. Just be careful about those solicitation. Okay? The second certification I want to talk about is hub zone. The official name is historically underutilized business zone. The map changed on July 1st, effective from July 1st this year. So some areas they changed from qualified to redesignated. So this one will lost their designation and transition until 2026. And then the second one, some areas redesignated will change to not qualify. So will expire, okay, will expire their qualification. And third one, some areas not qualified before now will become qualified. So we're up to 2028. This is census actually, they made the map. They will, modify the map. So the first things that there are two requirements. The first things is your principal office have to be located in a hub zone. So you go to the map, I just show you the link. So you enter your address. So they will tell you you are in the hub zone or not. So do not just try to look at the map because sometimes the different sides of the street, one side is hub zone, when the other side is not. So just put in the address. If you see, actually, the map say you are in a hub zone, but when you apply, they say you are not in a hub zone. Try to send them the proof actually from your county or local government's information. So the principal office have to locate in a hub zone. Principal office doesn't have to be the headquarters. Is the greatest number of the firm's employees located. Okay, so for example, you are a New York business, you got a contract in Florida. Of course, you hire a lot of workers in Florida office. So actually, the Florida office will be your principal office. Have to be in the hub zone. And then second one, more than 35% of your employees have to live in the hub zone. Any hub zone nationwide doesn't have to be in the same hub zone as your business. So 35% for big business sounds a lot, but it's good for small business, especially because they count the employer as an employee too. So if you, for example, if you only have one employee, so either you or your employee live in a hub zone, then you have 50%. Okay. So I just want to show you, this is New York City area. I cannot tell you, which area, the east or west hub zone. Is really different blocks, like 2 blocks here, 3 blocks there. So Manhattan, the reason I want to show you, even Manhattan, you can see next to the Times Square, there's an area in the hub zone. So do not assume that you are not in the poverty area. This is nothing to do with the economic situation. It's more related to the unemployment rate. So this is Queens, Staten Island, and the Bronx. So please find out if you are in the hub zone. So what's the advantage if you certify as a hub zone? So number one, sole source. You don't have to compete with anybody else. The second one, you have 3% set aside for all the government agencies contract. The third one, okay, this is extra than any other certification. You have a 10% price evaluation preference. So what does that mean? Usually, the purchase of officer, they have to choose the best quality product or services. But if two businesses they have equal quality of the product or services, they have to choose the lower price one. But if you are hub zone certified, your price can be 10% higher than your competitors, and they can still buy from you. So that is very powerful. So the certification, actually SBA simplified the hub zone certification. I think that this is the easiest to certify. You just submit all the addresses to prove that. now we go to the veterans business certification. There are two kinds of certification for veterans. In the past, actually, veterans, they certify to veterans own small business certified with VA to get the VA's contract. And then service disabled veterans business, they can certify with SBA from last year, but now changed. Okay, from 2023 January, all the certification for veterans come to SBA, switch to SBA. So if you certified as a service disabled veterans own business, actually you can compete for the 3% set aside, right, for as a business. If you just certify for the veterans own small business, you can compete. You can get sole source and set aside. For the VAs, they have a VETS first program, okay? But now have to be formally certified with SBA. We know there is a 1 year grace period, but you need to certify that before 2024. If veterans, excuse me, if veterans need assistance, we have office can help you. So you can contact them. Now we will go to the most newest regulation for 8A certification. There are different groups, information for you. Maybe you already certified before during different years, through different process, or you are new. So we will go to each of them. Okay. So official name for the 8A certification is socially and economically disadvantaged business. Okay, the certification. So when you attend those procurement events, a lot of people will ask you, are you 8A certified? So you have to be familiar with this term. The 8A certification is only for 9 years for the business and for the business owner, okay? One time for your life. So what's the advantage if you're certified for 8A? The first one, of course, you can get set aside 12%. Government actually will even raise that even higher. Okay? Originally only 5%. And then you can have a sole source. You don't have to compete with anybody else. The second one, you can get SBA. We have business opportunity specialists to help you to navigate those contracting opportunities and provide you one-on-one counseling and even represent business to negotiate with the agency. And you can participate in our mental project program and a lot of trainings, okay? Those are important, but only 9 years, okay? After 9 years, we say you graduate. You will be able to find those opportunities by yourself. And also you have the priority to get the federal surplus property. This is the training programs, 7J management and technical assistance programs. The information is clear for you. Okay, now the first requirement is you have to be in business for 2 years. This is the only certification have the time limit and have the time requirement 2 years, unless you have some special the management experience and you can show that you're have capitals and you're well management. But I encourage you because this program is only 9 years, so do not try to waive that if you are not ready to do business with the government, okay? Because 9 years actually is very fast. So make sure that you're ready to do business. So what does that mean? Are you ready? Okay, because 8A is one time only. Okay, so do you have the capacity to do the work? The second one, do you have sufficient cash flow? You have to show them you have the ability before they pay you. Okay, nobody will pay you in advance to do the work. Do you have the capability, like you have past performance to show them you have experience with government agency or big companies? And can you show that you have past performance? You don't have to really work with government. Okay, if you just you just start working with government, but you need to show them you have worked with big companies, commercial companies, some procedures, you understand them. And are you open to advice of growing your business? Means, the trainings actually, maybe they will tell you, you have to change some, some of your strategies, or you need to practice more. So that's important. This means you are ready. If you are not ready, do not waste the 9 years. Okay. But now I know that 8A certification normally need several months. Okay, like right now it's 7 months. So you can make judges that what would be the best time for you to apply. So one-time use of eligibility. Okay, I emphasize that again and again, because a lot of business, they regretted that they they didn't use the 8A to the full capacity. Okay, so this is the old 8A certification, socially and economically, both. You have to meet both of the requirements. So in the past, actually, as long as you are one of the following groups, Black American, Asian Pacific American, Hispanic American, Native American, or subcontinent Asian American, you are automatically become socially disadvantaged. But now they changed. Okay, so this is the biggest change, that you have to show you have experienced bias of a chronic and substantial nature. Okay, so we will go to the details. So right now, it's not that difficult, but of course, it's an extra procedure. So this is the information. Okay, we will go to the detail. So the new 8A certification, okay, you go to certified.sba.gov. They can you can see the details. I hope but they have a guide. Okay, they have all the information that they really did a good job for this new certification. They have a guide, like show you how to demonstrate your social disadvantage, and also they have how you can upload the social disadvantage narrative, and they have a video, and also they have a help desk. So do not worry, just find out which one that you should go to. So here, you can see the top background on the decision. They tell you the story, and they have a guidance and the FAQ for current 8A participant. Means you already certified for 8A, what you should do now. And the next one will be current applicants, which application in progress. You already submit your application, but you haven't get approval yet. And the next one will be the potential 8A applicant that you are totally new, you want to certify now, okay? So choose the one, when you go to the website, choose the one that you should do. So I just go through with you all of the different categories. So background of the decision, actually in July, unfortunately, actually they barred SBA from using the presumption of Social Security of disadvantage before. As long as you are in the 5 groups, you are automatically social disadvantage, but now you cannot. Okay, so that's why SBA have to change the rules here. Okay, so if you go to the current, I already mentioned these 5. The current AA program participant suspended or you'll be suspended right now because you didn't submit your narrative before November 15th. Or right now, actually you are in AA certified, but actually you already submit a narrative before, so you don't have to submit again. And then the next one is you already in AA, but your your business are owned by Indian tribes, Alaska Native corporations, Native Hawaiian organizations, or community developed corporations. You don't have to submit. Okay, so these 2 groups, you don't have to submit the narrative. And the last one, frequent, FAQ, they have a FAQ information for all the different situations I will share with you. So let's look at you already in AA program. But that time actually you didn't have to submit the narrative, right? So first thing, of course, you have to submit that. So and usually I believe actually you receive a notice from SBA in August, and so they notify you. But if you have more than 1 disadvantaged individual's owner, they will notify you. They will send you the request for information process to other owners. Okay, so they have to submit the narrative too. So if you are in the AA program already, and you had submit, before you have submit your narrative already. So you will receive a letter tell you don't have to worry. They just say annual review, and so will receive a social disadvantage qualification letter. They just tell you nothing changed. Okay, remains eligible. So that's mean you don't have to submit again. But you have to continue to submit your annual review and continuing eligibility materials to SBA. So unless there are ownership or control or other changes affect your eligibility. This one is if you were suspended because you didn't submit your narrative before November 15th. So please submit right now, okay, as soon as possible. Okay, now this is previous, this is already received, that they would, they send you the notification, okay, that you already submit the disadvantage narrative. Okay, so there are some of you, you just go through like before 2018. Actually, if you just you don't have to submit the narrative. So those you have to submit now. But after that, actually, if recent years that you already submit your narrative, then you don't have to submit again. If you receive a letter, that's the proof. Okay. So now I already mentioned if you are owned by those special groups, you don't have to submit. Okay. The FAQ, very interesting. A lot of questions. I would just choose some of you. The number 3. Okay. can I use examples of social disadvantage from any point in my life? The answer is yes. Okay. Later we will see, even when you were in school or when you were working, any point in your life, you can use those. And the next one, can I provide evidence of a social disadvantage that is different than the biases used in my original approval? The answer is yes. Okay. So for example, originally you use your race, and now you can change to your gender. This is a question, disadvantage. When must I submit one? Okay, as soon as possible, because before, if you get a contract, okay, they cannot really give you the contract. Okay, so you should submit as soon as possible. And then does I have enough detail where I get a chance? If you the first time you submit your narrative, you don't have the enough detail, actually they will send back to you to ask you to provide more detailed information. Okay. And this one say, the last one, if you before the course decision, you certify, do you have to submit the narrative? The answer is yes. Most of the 8A programs, business actually, you didn't submit, you didn't have to submit the narrative before. So now you need to. And the second one here is certified before 2018. So if that time you submit any narrative, that's for the economic disadvantage, not for the socially disadvantage. So you need to submit a social disadvantage narrative. So the last one, in the process of completing your annual review, does the court case impact my annual review? The answer is no. Okay, so you should continue, complete, and submit your review as soon as possible. Okay. If you have difficulty, you can contact the email, okay, or our resource partner. Or actually, if you are in the AA already, SBA assign you a business opportunity specialist, so that will be the best person to help you. Okay. So what will happen is not able to determine your social disadvantage at this time. Actually, you have to wait until you get approval before you get your contract. So try to contact your business opportunity specialist to clear that. So why is my firm suspended? Because you didn't submit your narrative, right, before November 15th. So this one is for new one. Okay, so I believe many of you you were not in an 8A certified category. You want to apply, want to certify as an 8A right now. So you have two ways. Okay, this is this is that you already submit. Okay, so if you have submit your application, actually SBA will return to you, say you have to submit the narrative. But if you haven't submit your application, then you should upload your narrative right now. So means this is in process. Okay, you submit but not complete, not get approval yet. You need to submit as soon as possible. So this is for the new applicants. Okay, so let's go to you have two ways actually. One is SBA as just update the information, fillable questionnaire. they have a questionnaire, ask you questions. Later, I will show you, go through that with you. And the second one, you just submit your narrative, okay? Two ways. Go to certified.sba.gov. You will see Discover 8A. They tell you what's the advantage to do the to get in 8A. Then go to the next one. Should I apply? So you have to go to the 3 steps. One is match, one is readiness, one is eligibility. Those are the answers that you have to answer. So the first one is, do you sell what the government buys? You type in your next code or description of your business to see how much the federal government has awarded in your field. Then the readiness, is your business ready to take full advantage of the 8A Business Development Program? 4 questions. Is your company generating revenue? Do you have a track record of delivery quality goods and services on time and within budget? Can you invoice and receive payment electronically? Can you cover your cost prior to receiving your first payment? Okay. Then the third one is eligibility. Are you eligible for the 8A Business Development Program? So these questions you answer yes or no. The first one, do you own and control a small business located in the US? Then the second one is economic disadvantage. So for your annual personal income less than 400,000, net worth less than 850,000, and total assets less than $6.5 million. Can you provide a reliable annual financial statement, balance sheet, and income statement? So prepare that document. Are you an American, US citizen? Can you provide details of how your social disadvantage has hurt your business? So now we go to the guide for writing a social disadvantage narrative. Okay, so here, prepare your narrative and upload it to Certify according to the instruction posted. Okay. So click on the red. This is how you can submit. Okay, they have a button called upload social disadvantage narrative. You click when you see the red lights, but if turn blue means you already upload, but you are not approved yet. But if you have to wait until the button will be green. Okay, so it means uploaded and approved. So there are 3 steps. Okay, so step 1, you review the guide, how to write it, and then step 2, once you review the guide, then you click on the checkbox that, and the third steps is click on the blue upload button. So this is how you can. So make sure when you submit, a banner will appear at the bottom of the page, tell you that your upload was successful. In 2 minutes, will be ready for review. But if there are any errors, you will receive an email to tell you that you are required to fill more information. So they will send you a RFI response to request for information to other owners than you. Okay, so each of the owners actually have to fill in the information, and you can see when you finish, when you complete, actually all showed online. Okay, in all the owners there. So you have to make sure it's all of the owners actually they complete that RFI. So now we talk about the social disadvantages. Okay, the definition, I will skip that. So they ask you, you should if you choose to write a narrative, usually, at least 3 pages is enough. Okay, do not write a book. And if you choose to fill out the questionnaire, so you have to provide like less than 1,000 characters in each of the columns they request the information. Then you can see the race, religion, ethnic, all those can be bias. Okay, if you experience those bias, then this is you can choose for. You have to describe the incident in details. Okay, so usually they request you to provide 2 incidents of bias to establish chronic and substantial social disadvantage. So experience should relate to education, employment, and business history. Okay. So here is let's go to the detail. What kind of situation you can use. So I won't go to the detail. This is for during your education, your employment, and business history. Then for each of the incident, you have to describe who did that, what they did, where it happened, why, and when, and how. Okay, so here, all the definitions here provide you the information. So they also provide examples. You really have to be specific. You can, so on the top, would, okay. For education, you cannot just say, you have to put down which years, okay. First spring semester of my 2nd year in college, you cannot just say in college. And then employment, you cannot just say my mid-20s. You have to put up exactly November 25th, 2020. And the business history, you cannot say within the first few years of starting my business. You have to put down 4 of 24. Where happened exactly, okay. I won't go to the detail, just show you and who did that. You need to have specific information and what happened. Okay, so I have all the examples here for you. What were passed, what were not. So I also provide you the application quick start guide. So I think this is good information that you can finish your certification. So now we go to the contracting checklist. Today I didn't cover any marketing or what you should do. So the first things you should register in SAM, and then you should meet with local business counselors, check all those procurement websites to find opportunities and to prepare or learn how to bid or write offer. And the most important steps actually is you have to do the marketing to the government agency. So you need to prepare your capability statement. So this is what you should include included in your capability statement. For federal government, our fiscal year is from October 1st to September 30th. So the first quarter, actually, like right now, we didn't get the money yet. So it's a good time for you to start, contact the agency and make acquaintance with them. The second and third quarters from January to June, those are the 2 quarters. All the government agencies are busy to get contractor. And then last quarters, the 4th quarter from July to September, usually have a lot of last minute offers. So don't miss those opportunities. So now, who can help you? Those are important. You need help, definitely, either in a certification or find opportunities or how to go to the bidding. Okay, so SBA, we have a resource partner. You should contact them, make appointment with them, Small Business Development Center, Women Business Center. And we have different capital financing programs. Okay, so you should, if you need money, you should plan earlier. So for the federal contracting assistance, actually, APEX, okay, before we called Procurement Technical Assistance Center. In New York, we have 3. You can go to find the nationwide. Okay, on the left side, those websites, you can find the nationwide. Also, every federal agency has a small business advocacy office. You should contact them. They will recognize some opportunities and work with you. So now, New York City certification. Okay, I want to make it clear. New York City certification, MWBE, minority and women-owned business, and New York State certification, MWBE, they're all separate. Okay, city, state, and federal, you have to certify individually with them. So I put the information here. Okay, for the New York cities, how you can find opportunities and all the data here, and why you should certify. Now we already know. Okay, and then how you can certify. Okay, so very clear. You can contact them to help you. Okay, so this is New York City, and then New York State. Okay, New York State, they have a guide actually to help you. So New York State, they have a guide to doing business with the New York State. So certification information here, and WBE, and also a lot of resources. Okay, I think that's covered everything here. Okay. So a lot of information. Okay, so now I believe there are some questions.
I'm working with Christina currently for, okay. Everyone's going to get a copy of the PowerPoint presentation. This is being recorded on Chamber TV, so you can always look at it. They want to know, can you apply to the 8A and the WOSB at the same time?
Yes. Okay, all the certifications are individually. Okay.
You have to, I assume, I watched the presentation. You have to be a US citizen to apply for the 8A certification.
Correct. For the federal government,
Yes, I thought so.
certification have to be US citizen.
This is a good question. If the owner of the business is a surviving spouse of a deceased veteran with 70% disability, can she apply for the vet cert?
Please contact the Veterans Service Office that I have the information show you. Okay, discuss that with them. But now everything is goes through SBA.
Okay. She went over that.
Yeah, somebody, Tricia said, can you talk about the third parties that are allowed? There are 4 organizations actually that SBA allow them to help to be the third party certification. But I mentioned they charge a fee, a membership fee. Okay, so if you certify by yourself, there is no fee, no charge at all. No matter which certification, is totally free. Okay, to certify for the government contract. So, and we have assistance for you, so you don't have to use the third party if you don't need to.
One other question, and then we'll close it up. Does the business have to be in operation for a certain period of time before it starts to apply?
Only the 8A need 2 years. Others, no.
Okay. I think that you covered everything else. If anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to me, email me, or Manly put her contact information on the last slide. Again, everyone who RSVP'd at chamber.nyc will get a copy of the PowerPoint presentation. This is going to be on Chamber TV over the weekend. We just like to say to Manly Lynn, happy holidays. I hope you have a joyous season. thank you so much for everything that you have spoken about, given information about to help businesses on behalf of the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce. You are amazing. And we are so appreciative of all your time that you have given us, because you have given it to all the businesses. And a lot of, no disrespect to any other agencies, but this agency, SBA, has given out so much information, and they want to get it into the business's hands. And it's very important that we share that information. So, and then also she does come on our Tuesdays online, if she doesn't have another meeting, so you can meet her there also. Again, everyone, have a great holiday season. A week from this coming Thursday is our holiday party. We hope to see everyone there. And this coming Tuesday, we are online for an online networking in case there's any, storm, or there's supposed to be a storm on Sunday or Monday. Again, everyone, have a beautiful weekend. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Again, Manly Lynn, thank you so much for doing this. So appreciative.
Thank you. Thank you all the attendees, and wishing everybody a prosperous 2024.
And we will see you in 2024, because we're going to have another set of phenomenal presentations and informative presentations to help grow your business. Thank you again for joining us. If you're not a member of the Chamber and want to get connected, I'll reach out to you, or you can email me. Have a great weekend, everyone.